Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today, I have a little bit of a different video. I am actually getting ready to pack up and move out of this apartment I've been in. And so, because of that, obviously my little filming area here is going to change. I'm not sure when I'll release this video, but I've had people ask me in the past about all the clutter that I have in the background of my videos. And I figured I would talk about that a little bit. People ask me about specific things, and so I figured since I'm cleaning it all up, it would now be a good time to kind of talk about some of that stuff. So I guess we'll just move this way or that way. Doesn't really matter. We'll start over here. So way back here, this is sometimes visible in the videos and sometimes it's not. This is a chunk of limestone that I excavated a couple months ago. This is actually part of a bigger chunk of rock, and we'll actually see another little piece of it here. I actually took videos of me digging that rock out. Maybe I'll include them in this video. But I found, for those of you who don't know, I'm a geology student, and I'm working, my career that I'm trying to get into is paleontology. Talk about that here in a little bit. But anyway, something I like to do is I like to go out and look at rocks and minerals and fossils. So anyways, I was out hiking one day and I found this big rock that had a bunch of fossils in it. And one fossil in particular drew my attention because it looked like something I'd never seen before, and that's on the bigger chunk of rock that's currently in the back of my pickup. But yeah, so anyways, this was a piece that came off while I was excavating it. And so if we focus here, one thing I love about this rock is that it's this pink color. But these are little bits of crinoids, which are little marine animals, invertebrates. I'll throw up some pictures of them. They're still around today. But yeah, you can see here, there's a little piece of their stalks. This here is a pretty nice little piece. Pretty big. Another big one. But yeah, I do like the pink rock. And here on the other side, we can see there's a few little things, but nothing super exciting. So there's that. This came from a fault not too far from where I found that fossil, but this is a chunk of a bunch of quartz crystals radiating out from a little limestone piece inside there, as you can see. Really, really cool. Very shiny and sparkly. And nice dipyramids. That's the little, where the quartz, they form the little pyramid-looking things. We call those dipyramids. It's where the crystal terminates. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Here we have this chunk of granite. I love igneous rocks and minerals. They're very, very cool. Yeah, this is a pretty cool little rock. Of course, granites, feldspars, quartz, augite, minerals like that in there. KPL, great product. Never leave home without it. I'm serious. I keep a bottle of KPL in my backpack everywhere I go just in case I need to do some work on my knife. Here is some rose quartz that I found. Nice little dipyramids there. Love the pink color. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This here's a chunk of barite. Interesting mineral. I have some bigger chunks of this that are huge. These are more of the tabular crystals. There's a bunch of different forms that barite can take. And yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the chunk I keep on my desk. That actually came from the same place as this. It's this area where these two fault lines kind of were on either side of this limestone formation, so it like crushed up the limestone. We call that brecciated limestone. And water and stuff precipitated through these cracks in the limestone. And when the water precipitates through, it leaves behind hydrothermal minerals that form things like barite or quartzes or fluorite and all kinds of neat stuff like that. This here is a rhyolite. I actually did a research paper on a volcano close to this area, and this was a chunk of rhyolite that I picked up from there that I used for my paper. Pretty fun. Here are two little brachiopods. These are Permian age. You find these all over the place. Pretty cool little brachiopods. Here's a nice little chunk of a bunch of different minerals. We focus in here. So we have a little bit of barite. It's a little spiderweb looking stuff. We have this stained quartz. This is kind of like a rust almost. It's got a little bit of oxidation that's just kind of adhered itself to the quartz. I could actually wash that off if I wanted to, but I think it looks cool, and so I'm leaving it. And you can see here that it's all radiating out from this little crystal here that's actually broken, and that's a little fluorite. So we put that back there. Here's another thing that is similar. Yeah. Love that. Love that, love that. Okay, and then these are two little rocks that my younger brother gave me a long time ago. I really don't know what these are. They're probably just stained quartz that's been polished, although actually it might be something. I could do a hardness test, but I don't want to scratch them. So he got me these at like a museum gift shop or something. So those are pretty cool. Put those back there. What is this rock? Well, there's some quartz on there on top of something. I'm not sure where this rock came from. But there it is. Not sure where that came from or why I have it. My whole life is just rocks. Here, I always have a different dinosaur model sitting out on the table whenever I do my reviews because I love dinosaurs. This here is a Triceratops that's made by Safari Limited. Great model here. One of my favorite Triceratops models. Very accurate, depicting Triceratops horridus, I believe. Yeah, I like this guy. That guy's cool. I'll put that over here for now. Here we have a little magnet from Dinosaur National Monument, Morrison Formation dinosaurs. I went there, went to Dinosaur National Monument. I took a trip one summer with my ex-girlfriend, and yeah, I liked this magnet, but I don't put it on my fridge for some reason. It just sits here. Okay, and you know what? Actually, let's play a game here. Let's test my skills. Let's see if I can name all these dinosaurs. Come on, I'm an aspiring paleontologist. Okay, so Morrison Formation. I have an Allosaurus, Torvosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Stegosaurus. I think this is supposed to be a Dryptosaurus or Dryosaurus. Is that a Frutidens? I don't know. This here, Diplodocus, Camarasaurus, Apatosaurus, and Barosaurus. That's what my guess is. And then we're not going to double check, so you guys will never know if I was right or not. Anyways, moving on. Actually, it says him on the back. Camptosaurus. That was supposed to be a Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so here's another chunk of that rock I was talking about earlier. This one's just a lot more crinoids here. As you can see, this little rock just flaked off nicely. I love that pink color. You can see here the little crinoid bits, and mixed in are some spines from things like starfish or sea urchins, echinoderms, things like that. So yeah, crinoid fossils are interesting because normally when you find crinoid fossils, they're not very, for me at least, like I'll find so many crinoid fossils a single day and I just throw most of them back. But sometimes sometimes they're really pretty and really interesting like that. And then, of course, if you find a complete one where he has all the segments haven't fallen apart and you have the head and the limbs and everything still together, it's really cool. The base of the crinoid, the arboreal cusp, I believe is what that's called. But moving on, we have this piece here. This is another type of granite. And this little rock I love because of the little muscovite pieces. Like there's one there. There's one. There's a bunch right in there. And muscovite's a mica, and it's a very soft mineral. And here I'm going to bend out this paper clip real quick. And see if I can, you know what? Let's get some of my geology tools out here. Let's see if this will help at all. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so let's see here. Wow, I'm looking through like 3 different lenses at this piece. Okay, pull back for a sec. Okay, there we go. All right, so this here is a piece of that mica. And you see how soft that is? Those little layers. I'm just kind of like pulling it apart like that. I love that. And this rock has a bunch of pieces of the mica in there. And for me, it's just really interesting that something so soft and fragile can be part of this little hard rock. Micas are phyllosilicates, which means that they're the polyhedron that make up their crystal lattice. They all lay flat like this. So that's why you get those little sheets of them. Here's another just little tiny quartz crystal. It probably fell off of something at some point, but there it is now. Here are 2. This is a little fossil brachiopod that has some quartz and calcite growing around it. I kind of thought that was neat. And this here is a brachiopod that was actually very crushed up and damaged during the fossilization process. But I don't know, the fact that it's all squished up into this ball, I don't know, I like that. I think it's cool. So there it is. And then, I've seen that we're off screen. My whole life outside of knives and YouTube, my real life, the life that you guys don't really get to see much of, is dominated by rocks. Here's a cool little fossil. Look at that tiny little shell in there. Isn't that cute? I like that. I've got rocks everywhere in my truck, in boxes. Here's another little piece of granite here laying just off to my right. Here's a little feldspar crystal, orthoclase, I believe. Have a mineral book. I have textbooks all over the place. My whole life is rocks. Oh, this is a cool fossil I can show off. This one's awesome. I like this guy quite a bit. But yeah, I went on a date with a girl recently, and we got on my truck, and I drive a 2006 Chevy Silverado. I have a little divider there between the driver and passenger seat, and it's full of rocks. My cup holders are full of rocks and fossils and stuff. And she sits down and she's like, wow. Where we're driving along, she's kind of looking through my stuff. She's like, that's a lot of rocks. I said, well, I'm a geology major, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. It's like, yeah, that's how you know I'm really, really cool. She said, what? I was like, I rock. Surprisingly, we went on a couple dates after that. But anyways, the next thing to address, the Star Wars ships here in the background. A lot of these are actually left over from when I was in high school. But they're cool. I'm still a Star Wars nerd. Love Star Wars, so they sit there. Some of these are from the Black Series. Some of them are actually Hot Wheels. Like this little Y-Wing here is a Hot Wheels. Biggs Darklighter's X-Wing. Biggs Darklighter. Most underrated character of the entire series. We've got a U-Wing, the Ghost from Rebels. I'm a big fan of all Star Wars mediums, except the sequel trilogy. But that's not here nor there. the Millennium Falcon, of course, TIE Striker, TIE Fighter. We're going to turn the camera just a little bit, and you guys can see all the mess and junk I have over there. But anyways, I thought this would be a fun video to make real quick. And yeah, that's all the junk that I keep in the background of my videos because, I don't know, I think it's fun. And this setup is going to be changing. Soon I'll have something new going on. And yeah, I have no idea what that'll look like, but hopefully it'll be cool. I've been Gideon. And actually, you know what? Let's do a pocket check real quick. What am I carrying today? Because this is still a knife channel. My Tucson Megalodon. Because I'm a paleontology nerd. And also, that's just a cool knife. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Gideon. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.